This video will most likely be a bit of a rant. I haven't planned anything, I haven't written anything down, I'm going off the top of my head. And in a change to what I usually do, today I want to talk about a group of absolute heroes and heroines. And I hadn't heard of this group until a few weeks ago, when a large US clothing company, which I won't name, firstly because I don't want to advertise for them, and secondly, could get me in the shit, said they would no longer be partnering with said organisation. Because they said the organisation, they were spreading lies, they were homophobic, they were transphobic, and all the ists and isms. So what's the name of this organisation accused of doing such terrible things? Gays Against Groomers. Am I missing something? How does a group that consists of gays and lesbians, how the fuck are they being homophobic? Because I'm fairly certain if you meet a man who spends his spare time sucking other men's dicks, it's unlikely he goes out queer bashing at the weekend, as it was known in the 1990s. Or if you have a woman who spends her evenings with her tongue up her girlfriend's undercarriage, she's not going to be saying lesbians are an abomination. So why am I so in favour of gays against groomers? Well, we need a very short history lesson. Before Elon Musk bought Twitter, you could go onto my profile and imply that I was a groomer. One of the worst people in the fucking world, a kiddie fiddler. You could do it to most people, but some people within the LGBTQIA+ community, namely trans and non-binary people, said that calling them groomers was hate speech, so if you did so, you were automatically banned from Twitter. Gays Against Groomers recognises that within the LGBTQIA+ community, there are some wrong-uns, and their goal is to expose them. Some people may be watching thinking, well, that's really harsh. You can't call someone a nonce just because they're trans. And of course, that's not the point. Just because someone is trans doesn't imply that they've got predatory urges towards children. But if they are a nonce and they are trans, they need taking to fucking task for it. Because this is how mad the world has got. In Scotland, here in the UK, you can have a man convicted for a sex offence against a woman. But when he goes to court, if he then identifies as a trans woman, the judge has to put him in a female prison. Gays Against Groomers are also against overly sexualised material being shown to children. And if you want an example of that, this coming clip was taken from what was described as a child-friendly Christmas drag show.
Screwed up with your nipples so bright, would you guide my screen tonight?
Sadly, this is far from being an isolated incident. There are countless clips of drag performers performing highly sexualised routines in front of young children. Earlier this year, a clip even emerged of a drag queen teaching a 4-year-old girl how to dance on a stripper pole. Now my question would be, what the fuck were the parents thinking? But of course we know what they were thinking. They're trying to show how woke and progressive they are. They aren't. They're turning their daughter into a whore. The organisation are also against children having life-altering, irreversible surgeries because they think they've been born into the wrong body. Over 70% of trans kids grow out of it. It's a phase. And for me, in the UK, you can't drink or smoke until you're 18. You can't vote until you're 18. You can join the armed forces at 16, but you can't be deployed until you're an adult. So if we're saying these people's brains haven't developed enough to make those sort of decisions, how is it okay for someone who's still at fucking high school to have their genitals removed? And to emphasise the point, here's a video I've pulled from the libs of TikTok to show the lies that are being told to children.
It's interesting how little cis people actually know about biological sex. Like, your chromosomes dictate everything and you'll never be a real boy or a real girl. Do you know how easy it is to completely change your body with hormones? I grew a penis within my first month of being on testosterone. I started having full-blown boy puberty around month 3 or 4. Trans women can grow breasts, exactly like cis women can. Trans women can lactate. Everything you think you know about how bodies are set in stone and can't be changed, you're literally just wrong.
So, everything that individual, fuck knows what the pronouns are on that, he, him, she, her, they, them, these, everything it said is a barefaced fucking lie. But younger people might not know that. It sounds like a few injections and you're done. But just on the hormones thing, it didn't mention that for a woman to become a trans man, a replica of a man, she will need hormone injections, one into her arse cheek and one into her stomach, every 3 months for the rest of her life. And why do I so admire Gays Against Groomers? It's because they've realised the problems can only be sorted from within. Because if I was to say, let's say, I think that trans person may be a paedophile, this would be the reaction. Oh my God, you're a straight, cisgendered white man. You're homophobic. You're transphobic. I bet you kill black people for fun and you're not even a vegan. Yeah, something like that. So well done to Gays Against Groomers for recognising that just because you're from a minority group, it doesn't mean you can't be an absolute bastard. As ever, thanks for watching.
Video.